They tell me India is an underdeveloped country. They attend seminars, appear on television, even come to see me, creasing their 800 rupee suits and clutching their molded plastic briefcases to announce in tones of infinite understanding that India has yet to develop. These are the kind of fellows who couldn't tell their kundalini from a decomposing earthworm, so I don't hesitate to tell them so. I tell them they have no knowledge of history, and even less of their own heritage. I tell them that if they would only read the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, study the golden ages of the Mauryas and the Guptas, and even of those Muslim chaps, the Mughals, they would realize that India is not an underdeveloped country, but a highly developed one in an advanced state of decay. They laugh at me, pityingly, and shift from one foot to the other, unable to conceal their impatience. In fact, everything in India is overdeveloped, particularly the social structure, the bureaucracy, the political process, the financial system, the university network, and, for that matter, the women. Of course, there is no party ticket for me anymore, no place for me in their legislative confabulations, not even a ceremonial governorship. I'm finished. A man who lives in the past, a dog who has had his day. I shall not enter the 21st century with them. But I do not finish so easily. Indeed, I have scarcely begun. I have a great deal to say, I told my old friend Brahm. And if these fellows won't hear it, well, I intend to find myself a larger audience. The only thing is that the old hand doesn't quite behave itself anymore. Tends to shake a bit like a ballot paper in a defecting MP's grasp. So, could you get me someone I could dictate it to? An amanuensis? Brahm looked a little doubtful at first and said, You know, Vivi, you have a bit of a reputation for being difficult to work with. You remember what happened to the last poor girl I sent you? Came back in tears and handed in her resignation, saying she didn't want to hear of the Apsara agency again. I can't afford another one of those incidents. And what's all this about a book anyway? You ought to be leaning back on those bolsters and enjoying a quiet retirement, letting these other fellows run about for you, reaping the adulation of a good life well spent. After all, what are laurels for but to rest on? I fairly bit his head off, I can tell you. So you think I'm not up to this, do you? I demanded. Damn it, what I'm about to dictate is the definitive memoir of my life and times. And you know what a life and times mine have been. Brahm, in my epic, I shall tell of past, present and future, of existence and passing, of efflorescence and decay, of death and rebirth, of what is, of what was, of what should have been. Don't talk to me of some weepy woman whose shorthand trips over her fingernails. Give me a man, one of your best. Somebody with the constitution and the brains to cope with what I have to offer.